in case a motherfucker wanna be like, you ain't done shit, you ain't been doing shit, blah fucking blah fucking blah, whatever the fuck they wanna say, right? When niggas say I ain't got no old school shit that I ain't never did back in the days, right? Matter of fact, this was something that was on my, how you call it, my local television show, nigga. Cause I was performing a bunch of shit in front of the camera when I did that. I'm not gonna spit the whole shit, but I'm gonna spit one of the little verses. Ayo, I grew up, screwed up, tried to make a few bucks. Everybody here the old, ready for the new dub. Before a nigga was shy, but now he a beast. Rocking army fatigues with Tony Montana jeans. Went from having nothing to something without any team. Doing shows and recognizing the real meaning of life. From the realest you know to the fakest niggas you dislike. I trust me, but there's an E in the word team. So you know I ain't dolo, but remain on the low. Niggas hit me like Nori saying oh no. On the track I'm kinda loco, beating it like it was Stoto. My fist kissing your jaw, nigga, but no homo. Yeah, I mean, like, come on, nigga. That was I think that was like 08, 06, nigga. That was either 06 or 08. Come on, nigga. I couldn't do what? This was 06. If a nigga look at me hard, I'ma have to look at him harder, think even smarter. If he pop shit, he gon' get more cuts than a barber. Niggas be sleeping on me, thinking my money ain't gon' get any longer. When it comes to money, I get more green than farmers. It's kinda like niggas pop shit to get cleaned up. Cause after the tech spray, niggas will be washed up. If you on the run, niggas will get you. Like it's hide and go seek, so to speak. All you do is act tough. Now I don't give a fuck, cause haters can get fucked up. If you try to test me, or try to out finesse me, I break your face like it was made out of Nestle. Love the way I spit, cause on the scale of 1 to 20 ain't nobody next to me. My flow make bitches horny like they on ecstasy. Who the fuck wanna mess with me? Listen close, cause when I spit there ain't no recipe, fucker. Come on, my nigga. Come on, my nigga. 06, nigga. Let's get with the fucking program, my nigga. You thought that was something? Nigga, I got older shit that got y'all, that'll have y'all niggas like, oh shit. And the problem is, a lot of y'all niggas be saying y'all was doing shit in the beginning with me, but y'all wasn't. Because if y'all was, then you would know. When you probably saw this nigga, spoke to this nigga, you weren't working with this nigga. I was working with this nigga every day because I was chilling with this nigga every day. I was smoking with this nigga every day. I was drinking every other day with this nigga. But yet, you tried to tell me I wasn't there in the beginning. Dude, at one point, for like a month straight, I was living in fucking New Britain with this nigga. At Mello's crib, my nigga. The dude that cut hair, come on, my nigga. The nigga that drive the truck, come on, my nigga. You think I know his entire family, my nigga. And in order for me to even know that, in order for me to even know them, I had to have had some time knowing them. You probably met that nigga and started chilling with that nigga when I stopped chilling with him and I started having my own spot. Because when I had my own spot, I wasn't chilling with him as often because I was doing my own shit in my crib. Not to mention I was setting up everything for the television show that I started. Think about that. Because at the end of the day, I got on fucking Hartford Public Access and it wasn't because of 40, it was because of me. My actions, my move, my work, my material, my shit. And everything that I was doing, every opportunity, every time I was trying to promote something, or every time I was trying to perform something, It was different material I was promoting. Different. Everything was different. And when that television show shit happened, I made a whole bunch of different material at my apartment on the 8th floor, 821, right in front of the fucking elevator, the same building that Juniel be at. He ain't there now because he's staying in other places right now. But when he goes to his crib, that same building, nigga, next to the projects, across the street from the store, yeah, nigga, I was living there too. I was living there for a fucking year before I left. My lease was up in March. My lease was up in March of 09. And I left in January, meaning I had to make sure that there was still payments going in. Think about that. You weren't there then. You weren't there when 40 put me on the spot every time we was chilling on the block. When we was on the block, that nigga always, every time there was a crowd and he was talking about shit and he started talking about music, that nigga always put me on the spot. And you know what's crazy? You can say what you want and you can feel how you want, but at the end of the day, the fans know the truth. And when I say the fans know the truth, nigga, at one point, one dude was like, oh, I don't respect this nigga, talking about me and shit, right? I went over there with a mob of motherfuckers. Y'all niggas weren't there. So what the fuck is y'all niggas talking about? Think about something. When 40 was putting me on the spot every time, yo, spit, nigga, spit. You weren't around. None of y'all was. It was me and 40. When 40 was fucking with that chick with the Mazda, with the gray shit with the fucking chrome rims, y'all niggas weren't around. When the police rolled up on me and 40, when we was on a block down the street, chilling, smoking, and rapping, and they pulled up and they stopped right in front of us, and they was like, no, don't stop. Go ahead, keep going. They was telling us to keep rapping. You weren't there. None of y'all niggas were. When they said, no, talk shit about the police. Alright. We said, fuck the police, and saying mad shit. Because that's what they wanted us to do. We did. Y'all weren't there. When they fucking sat there and said, we're gonna have to tell you to put out the rest of the beer. It was 2:30 in the morning, some shit like that. You weren't there. None of y'all niggas were there. Where the fuck were y'all at if y'all talking about y'all were there in the beginning? Y'all weren't. After they made us pour that shit out, they sat there and they said, we just gotta complain that, somebody was, being loud or whatever, so we just came just to make sure everything was okay, blah, blah, blah. And we was like, no, everything's cool. We was just rapping, practicing for a show. That's exactly what we told the police officers. There was two of them. They were both white-skinned cops. We said that to them and it was like, oh, yeah, you guys are good. And I think they made him rip up a spliff, a blunt that we had rolled. That was it. They didn't give us no ticket. They just told us keep it down. We was like, okay. And they drove off. When that happened, y'all weren't there. When we did the shows at my bar, y'all niggas weren't there. And we was there 5 to 6 weeks at my bar. And my bar is now, in 2023, now a fucking restaurant. It's not even a club no more. It used to be a club. Near Georgie's Pizza and Lena's Pizza, where I used to work at Lena's Pizza. Think about that. At Sully's, that's where I met that's where I met Mark Diggity at. Think about that shit. Joe Banger, I met that nigga on Capitol when he was 15, and he was trying to sell me weed, and I was like, I'll be back, and I never came back. Yeah, I met them all of them. So considering the fact that y'all said I wasn't there, it's funny because I was chilling with this nigga every day, and none of y'all niggas were there. None of y'all. When this nigga took me to Nelson Court in the North End, when the projects were there, and I was rapping for somebody, I don't remember who I was rapping for. Y'all niggas weren't there. When we was chilling on Caping, rapping, y'all weren't there. Every time we would be at Caping in the little projects right there, and we would walk to the fucking package store, none of y'all niggas were there. So what are y'all niggas talking about? I wasn't there in the beginning. Because I was. Y'all just were nowhere to be found because he still didn't know of y'all. And when y'all did know of him, y'all fucked with him, y'all spoke with him, but y'all didn't chill with him like that. Because if you did, y'all niggas would have been chilling with me too, because I was with that nigga all the time. And every time people turn to the side, they're like, yo, them niggas still together? Why you think they said that? Because we had times that we had disagreements, but we were still chilling with each other. And even though we had those little small issues, it was like, whatever. And we didn't give a fuck about it. We just kept chilling like nothing ever happened. And then, what happened this year. So like I said, stop trying to act like I wasn't there. Because I was always there. When that nigga needed 50 bucks, y'all weren't there. I was. When the nigga came to me, matter of fact, yo, to this day, and I don't care about it now because I can't get it back, but to this day, that nigga still owe me $50 because I lent it to him recently. I didn't care. Because he's gone now, I can't get it back either way, but still, I was there. Every time that nigga turned to the side and he needed me, nigga, I was on deck, nigga. Every time that nigga pulled up and I wasn't outside, but I was on my porch, he like, nigga, you gotta be on deck. I'm like, nigga, I was on deck, I was in the fucking window. I just went to go grab something. When that nigga will pull up in front of my crib and he'll sit there for a little bit, and then I'll come to my office and look out the fucking window, and that nigga will be right there, and I'll fucking come right outside. He didn't ring the doorbell, he didn't call me, he didn't text me, nothing. I just seen that nigga parked, and I just walked out the house and hopped in the car. When that shit happened, y'all niggas weren't there. Y'all might have been talking to him, y'all might have been hanging with him occasionally, but I was chilling with that nigga every day, my nigga. Year after year, every day. Think about that, 365. Every day I was chilling with that nigga. Every day, my nigga. Every day. When that nigga wanted to get a PlayStation, he was like, yo, what you think I should get? You the nigga with the games. You always be having all the new shit. I do. I always did. And I told that nigga. I was like, yo, get this. I mean, you can get this if you want, but you know what I'm saying? If you're looking for something more affordable, you can get this. It's still, you know, it's still good. But if you want, you know, the new shit that everybody's on this. That was before the 5. And I would tell him, that's what I'm on. You want to get that, you can still use it. But everybody's on this shit now. Nigga, when it came to new shit, new games, new this, new that, new music, I was that nigga. And when I was sitting there promoting my shit, I'd work on shit, promote shit, work on shit, promote shit, work on shit, promote shit, and niggas couldn't tell me different. Nobody could. Nigga, when Poe was working on I forget the name of the fucking project, but it was something of a Capricorn or some shit like that. When he was working on that, nigga, I was working on Summer 17. And you know how many hits I got for Summer 17, nigga? Come on, my nigga. Let's be real. Let's be real, my nigga. Nigga, that was around the time I met that nigga at the fucking at that West Indian. And before that shit is when I actually met Poe. I was walking up the street going to see somebody for weed, and I ended up turning to my side and I seen him talking to somebody. And I was like, yo, I think that's Poe. And then I crossed the street and I approached him. I was like, yo, what's good? I'm 40's boy. He was like, oh, what up, though? He was like, show me love, mad love. How was I not there in the beginning? I was always there. When I went to go get that weed, nigga, that nigga was waiting for me at my crib. Think about that. You know how many times I tell that nigga that nigga didn't have a place to fucking crash, and I sat there and I said, yo, you can fucking sleep right there on my couch in my office, nigga. I don't give a fuck. It's cool. He's like, yo, my bad. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, don't worry about it. Like, whatever he was worried about, I was like, nigga, don't worry about that shit. You good, nigga. I made sure that every time he came through, he was good, nigga. Always. I did what a real friend does, nigga. I always looked out for that nigga. I was always there, my nigga. I wasn't there sometimes, and other times I wasn't. Only time I wasn't there is if I was hanging with my family or I was somewhere out chilling with my peoples. Other than that, nigga, I was always there. Anytime I was sitting there in my crib, that nigga always was able to come through. When that nigga needed to come through and use my fucking bathroom, nigga, I let him. I was like, nigga, go ahead, use my bathroom. Anytime I needed something, that nigga always looked out. The nigga would show up and be like, yo, you need anything? You need this, you need that, you need that, you need this, you need soup, you need bread, you need toilet paper, you need any. That nigga made sure I had everything. That nigga always looked out. And in case y'all niggas didn't know and didn't understand, that nigga was my son's godfather, my nigga. That's another reason why we were so damn close. So when he fucked up and he did what he did, I fell back from him. I wasn't trying to. I just fell back, nigga. I fell in my lane and I was doing my own thing, and I was like, I'm not even going. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? And I would fucking say what I said in my lives and everything, and I got to a point where I was just. I stopped wanting to talk about it. Because I didn't want to think about it like that. You gotta understand, when it happened, I cried because I knew who was coming down my stairs when it happened that night. I knew who was coming down because nobody comes down the stairs like that nigga do. And when I heard the footsteps, I knew who it was. But then when I'm sitting there talking to the DCF worker that I was talking to at the time, because they was just asking me mad shit, I looked and I seen this. Not only did I see Barbie, but also I seen 40 in his tattoos. Once I saw the tattoos and his skin color and everything, I knew who it was. I was heated when I saw those tattoos. I was mad as fuck. And I was like, nah, you know what? I don't want to think of him. I don't want to remember him like that, because at the end of the day, we did a lot of good shit. We had a lot of good memories. And you know what? Motherfuckers like, oh, 40 was around, blah, blah, blah. You know what? If 40 was around, he would have fucking told you what it was. Because at the end of the day, that nigga was trying to fix shit with me. That's how badly he knew he fucked up. I cut him off. Because it was wrong what he did, and I wasn't riding with what he did. I'm not like that, and I'd be damned if somebody fuck up my name and fuck up my image. I don't give a fuck who it is. At the end of the day, nigga. And you know what's funny? Def Jam was the one that hit me up that night that everything happened. Def Jam had called me. It took me 3 weeks to call them niggas back. And when I called them niggas back and I found out what they called me for, they called me to open up for Young Jeezy and T.I. in Miami, my nigga. That's what they called me for. Think about that, nigga. But yet, I wasn't there in the beginning, right? That's when everybody started hating on me. You gotta understand something. Poe was working with Def Jam. He wanted them niggas to choose, yo, you either gonna work with us or you gonna work with him, because we ain't working with him. And Def Jam chose me. Think about that. Def Jam chose me, nigga. Why you think they hit up my phone? Why you think all these niggas turned sour and started acting funny? Why you think this nigga still come around looking for a nigga to this day? Because everything I said is true, nigga. This, you gotta understand something. That nigga pulled up in a whole different car, in a whole new car, right? But think about something. Why you think he pulled up talking shit? Because he just verified everything I fucking said and been saying since day one was true. Think about that, nigga. That nigga just verified everything, my nigga. And watch the nigga. He gonna try to show up again. And when he do, watch. He verified everything just by showing up. Because if everything I was saying wasn't true, nigga, you wouldn't even pay it no mind, nigga. You would sit there like it ain't true, it ain't true, it ain't true, it ain't true, it ain't true. And not only that, if it wasn't true, you would have took a lie detector test and proved that it wasn't true. And you know why you didn't? Because you know that if you take that lie detector test, you're gonna fail that shit. And then after that, they're gonna try to book you. And then you're gonna sit there and snitch on everybody. Remember that. It's hard to be against somebody when that nigga knows your every move, when that nigga knows your every thought, when that nigga knows what you gonna say, what you gonna think, what you gonna do, where you gonna be at, who you gonna chill with, where you gonna pull up at, what you gonna pull up in. Think about it. You embarrassing yourself just by pulling up. The second you acknowledge me, you acknowledge me by talking shit, and you say, "Oh, what up, you bitch ass nigga?" You just verify everything I said was true. Why you think the greatest thing I did was just walk away and keep walking? I didn't turn my face, none of that shit, nigga. I just kept walking. Because not only was there a camera up and down the street, he made himself look stupid. Because he just verified everything I said was true. Nigga sat there and like, dude, you just made yourself look stupid. You just embarrassed yourself in front of everybody, my nigga. So now when you get in altercations and get in issues, everybody's gonna know everything I said was true. Because if it wasn't, you'd sit there, you defend yourself, you take those lie detector tests to prove that shit. You can't. Because if you take that shit, you're gonna fail. And then everybody's gonna know from that moment it was true. And the only way you're able to cover your ass now is to sit there and say, I don't need that shit. I don't need to take that shit. That's not what I need. Blah, 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 blah. Fuck out of here. Nobody want to hear that shit, nigga. Nobody want to hear that shit. Everybody know you did that shit, nigga. It's in your aura, nigga. It's in the way you move, nigga. Niggas could tell just by the way you move, by the way you look, nigga. Your attitude, how you address niggas, how you address shit. You ain't got no patience. And you can tell that shit, nigga. But you know what's crazier? The fact that you try to sit there and act like you got patience when you don't. Because you know once a nigga put you on blast and a nigga start asking you those questions, and when police sit there and they fucking say, nah, we're gonna put you on a lie detector test, you say you ain't do something, right? Alright then. When niggas put you on that lie detector test, you're not gonna pass that shit. You think you're gonna see the light of day after that? Nah. What you think you're gonna see after that? The inside of a cell, nigga, that's what. Oh, that was because of him. Oh, he snitched this. I didn't snitch. Think about it. I know where you live. I know where you be at. I know where all of y'all niggas be at. I know where y'all chill at. I know who you fuck with, who you don't fuck with, who you be around, who you don't be around, what cars you change into, what cars you don't change into, what cars you want to make look like you changed into. All of that shit. I know all of that shit, nigga. I don't have to be around you. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to say nothing. You're gonna do it to yourself. And anybody siding with you automatically make themselves look stupid and like a victim. Not a victim, but an accomplice. Think about that. But like I said, if I wasn't there in the beginning, where the fuck was y'all niggas at? Because none of y'all niggas were there. None of y'all niggas were there. None of y'all. When I was chilling on the block, when we was not even chilling on the block, when we was posted up every morning, we didn't see y'all niggas any of those mornings. You know when I seen Junior? When he saw me with my cousin and my cousin's peoples, and we were at his store and we were sitting there selling t-shirts. That's when he saw me. Think about that. And what did I say? I said, yo, buy a t-shirt, nigga. Selling t-shirts. I don't even remember what he said. Maybe he said I'll be back or some shit and he ain't come back. I don't know. But at the end of the day, think about that. None of y'all niggas were there then. None of y'all niggas were there when this nigga was staying in Coventry and I went to Coventry and I spent nights over there too, chilling with him and his brother. None of y'all niggas were there. When me and this nigga were in the backyard shooting milk jugs in the fucking woods, y'all niggas weren't there. When this nigga had me driving him around the city, y'all weren't there. When this nigga took me to his job with him to fucking pick up his check, y'all weren't there. So what are y'all talking about? I wasn't there. Come on, my nigga. Don't lie on yourself for trying to sit there and say you did shit and you was somewhere that you wasn't. You probably knew of that nigga, but you might have your times fucked up. Because at the end of the day, y'all weren't there when I was there and it was him and me. None of y'all niggas were there. None of y'all. None of y'all niggas were there. When this nigga took me to the store to buy me and my son some sneakers because I had money, and I bought this nigga a pair of sneakers too, where was y'all niggas at? Because y'all weren't around. I literally spent money on buying that nigga a pair of sneakers, and not only did I buy him a pair of Jordans, I also gave him a pair of Jordans too. Where were y'all though? Y'all weren't there. That photo that I took that you see me with the white jacket, that was at his place in what? Manchester, I think it was? Y'all weren't there when I was there. That was that club, that was the night that we went to Club Charisma when Mobb Deep was supposed to be there. Y'all weren't there. Lex was there. I was there. 40 was there. But that was it. And we was handing out CDs. Y'all weren't there though. Stop trying to make it seem like I wasn't somewhere where I was. Because not only was I there, I was present, accounted for, and I was doing shit that a lot of y'all niggas weren't even doing at the time. When y'all talk about, oh yeah, it was the dude, it had to be like 10 years ago that I was fucking with that Webster Theater shit. 10 years ago that we were supposed to have that show. It might even be more than that, but I think it was like 10. I could be wrong. I could go ask the dude from Webster Theater and be like, yo, you know when Ben Wu was working here and he was in charge of the shows and booking the shows and shit? He'll probably be like, oh, over 10 years. Easily over 10 years. Think about that. Don't try to sit there and make it seem like I wasn't somewhere where I was, because I was always there. When that nigga needed a place to stay, I was there. 7 o'clock in the morning, that nigga showed up at my crib one morning. Well, he didn't even show up. He hit me up, and I was like, all right, pull up. I'm outside already. He was like, oh shit. And when he pulled up, I was literally still outside. On deck, nigga. Y'all niggas weren't there then. And that nigga had some shit going on. And I know because he was talking to me about some LK members that was with him. And he was talking about some shit that was going on. Think about that. Nigga told me what was going on. So if I didn't fuck with him like that, if I wasn't really rocking with him like that, he wouldn't have told me that shit. He told me because he fucked with me, and I was fucking with him too. Like, we went hard, nigga, for each other. We were best friends, nigga. That was my fucking road dog, nigga. I did everything with that nigga. I fucked bitches back in the days with that nigga when I was a teenager. I did some shit, nigga. I did a lot of shit. So don't fucking sit there and try to say I wasn't there, because when we had bitches coming through and we was running trains on them and shit, y'all niggas weren't there. When that nigga was taking me to my job in Glastonbury when I was working at Stop and Shop when I was 18, y'all niggas weren't there. When we was chilling in East Hartford at his family crib, y'all niggas weren't there. When we went to Dutch Point, y'all niggas weren't there. Like, come on, nigga. I was always there. Nigga, 20 years ago, I was still doing shit that had to do with music. Before I met 40, I was doing shit that had to do with music. And I was fucking with niggas that was already getting radio play. It wasn't no, I'm gonna try to get this, I'm gonna try to do this, I'm gonna try. Then I had niggas I was fucking with already before 40 that were on the radio station. 93.7, nigga, just like Poe, nigga. Oh yeah, he on it. Just like Joe Bang, nigga. All of them niggas. Nigga, E-Marv, EA. E-Marvelous, nigga, EA, nigga. From fucking Meriden, nigga. That nigga was on the radio, nigga. Nigga drove a blue Lexus. Black leather interior, spinning rims, TVs in the headrest, PlayStation on deck. Like, come on, nigga. He fucked with this white girl. I forgot her name. But she used to see that nigga all the time. I met his fucking brother, nigga, in fucking Meriden. Come on, my nigga.